What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. Now seeing Representative Jim Jordan coming forth absolutely furious on the House floor, exposing new evidence of corruption on Judge Juan Merchan while presiding over the Trump trials. Guys, this could potentially lead to serious consequences for Judge Juan Merchan and that partner in crime, his sidekick, D. Alvin Bragg. I'm excited to get into the update, see exactly what's going on, what kind of trouble they've gotten themselves into. So we're gonna get straight to the news, and I'll get my thoughts on the back end, guys. So definitely stick around to the end so you guys get my thoughts on the back end. And also, YouTube pushes the video out. Definitely stick around till the end, you guys. But let's get straight into the news. Before we do that, though, make sure you guys hit that like button for me, and also hit that subscribe button as we're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. Yo, let's get into it, y'all.
Gentleman from Wisconsin is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thanks for being here today, and I know we've been kind of going on. I'm trying not to rehash anything that's already been discussed, but Commissioner Traynor, is the Manhattan District Attorney's Office charged with determining whether someone violated the Federal Elections Campaign Act, or FECA?
No, Congressman. That is exclusive jurisdiction of the Federal Election Commission and ultimately could be referred to the Department of Justice if it's found to be criminal.
So certainly not the New York Supreme Court either, state Supreme Court?
Absolutely not.
No. So as you said, it's Federal Elections Commission. Was President Trump's alleged payment via Michael Cohen to Stephanie Clifford referred to the FEC?
We did have several complaints related to it.
And what did the FEC decide with respect to that referral?
Well, ultimately, we deadlocked on a decision related to it, but the real factor in making the determination was the fact that the Department of Justice asked us to abate those proceedings so that they could conduct an over a year-long criminal investigation, which they determined there was no criminality in, and then they sent it back to us, and it was statute of limitations barred.
So did the Justice Department also decline to charge the former president for charges related to FECA?
They did.
Right. And so the two agencies that are charged by Congress to determine whether President Trump's payment constituted a violation of FECA found no violation and took no enforcement action. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right, thank you very much. Ms. Foley, you argued in a recent Wall Street Journal op-ed that Judge Merchan likely denied President Trump a meaningful opportunity to be heard by denying the testimony of former FEC Chairman Brad Smith. Can you please elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of sort of misreporting on what happened here. Yes, Judge Merchan, as my colleague Mr. Eisen points out, did allow Brad Smith to testify, but the catch was he could not opine at all, either provide his opinion or any personal opinion or legal opinion regarding whether or not President Trump's actions had violated FECA, which was basically, then he was useless, which is why President Trump didn't call him as a witness. So the whole point was President Trump wanted an expert witness to put before the jury to show the jury that what he had done did not, in fact, violate federal election law. And he was denied that opportunity, and that seems like a rather basic thing that he would have the opportunity to be heard on.
Do you think there was a chance that he could have had success upon appeal?
Will he have success on appeal of this? Yeah, sure, absolutely. I mean, the thing is that, you know, again, I agree with Norm on the fact that the bias issues are difficult to win because they get deferential standards of review. But the due process issue is a question of law. It gets de novo review. The appellate courts get to look at it with fresh eyes, no deference whatsoever. And more importantly, due process issues are issues that the Supreme Court can ultimately grant cert and hear.
Right. So Judge Merchan also ruled that Michael Cohen's guilty plea for violating FECA was inadmissible at trial. Why do you think he made that ruling? I think we know, but...
Well, because you can't basically taint one individual by the guilty conduct of another.
Judge Merchan also ruled that D.A. Bragg could elicit testimony from Mr. Cohen about his guilty plea to impeach his credibility as a witness. D.A. Bragg then repeatedly made reference at trial in his office closing arguments to the jury about Cohen's FECA guilty plea. Did Did repeatedly subjecting the jury to this testimony essentially get around the judge's own ruling that Cohen's FICA guilty plea was inadmissible as substantive evidence?
Yeah, I mean, that should have been reined in. That was
President
clearly
Trump.
trying to, taint one person through association with another who was guilty. They also did the same thing, I believe, with the CFO of Trump Organization. They made similar comments because he also entered a guilty plea.
Very good.
Weisselberg? Yeah.
Thank you. I yield back.
Okay, gentleman yield? Will the gentleman yield? I do. Thank you. So I just want to get this straight. The campaign finance expert wasn't allowed to testify about campaign finance.
Yeah, exactly. And, the way Judge Mershon tried to explain it is he said, well, I'm the expert of the law. And, okay, granted, that's why the judge is there. But
Brad Smith wasn't allowed to talk about the very testimony we just got from Commissioner Trainer, in essence. Right?
Precisely.
Well, we're going to give Brad Smith a chance to testify in front of this committee as well. And we're going to let him tell the Congress and the country what he wasn't allowed to tell the court and the jury, because we think that's important. And the gentleman from Wisconsin was right on target when he was asking that question.
Yo, there we have it, guys. This thing has stunk from the very beginning, guys. I told you, it's had a particular stench. It seems like this thing is all rigged and set up against Donald Trump. It doesn't even seem like we can see straight through this sham case. That Judge Juan Merchan was corrupt, biased since the beginning. Alongside D. Alvin Bragg, he was the only one who would allow, his circus court to be used for a charade case like this. We all seen D. Alvin Bragg hopping through great hoops in order to bring about, revive this dead Frankenstein case, bring it and get it back to life. Way past the statutes of limitations. We've seen numerous amounts of departments that, passed up on the prosecution, bringing about this case on Donald Trump. But D.A. Alvin Bragg knew that, in the right court case, in the right, the right jury, he could definitely get a guilty verdict. And that's exactly what happened here. This is very corrupt, set up from the beginning. I mean, come on now. We had a gag order on Donald Trump, his entire legal team, while we had the witness, Michael Cohen, making money off Trump's name, telling lies on TikTok, social media platforms day in and day out while the trial was going on, while he was testifying on stand. He would testify and then go home and speak on, how Donald Trump should be in jail, how he's a criminal. And he's just spewing a bunch of lies, a bunch of defamation stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lawsuit coming on this guy, Michael Cohen, when this thing is all said and done. I mean, this guy was the one who set up the payment, and now he turns around, he's the star and key witness on the case. It just doesn't make sense. Then we're seeing things right here like campaign finance managers are not allowed to testify. Folks who are experts on the finances of what was going on, the payments, are not allowed to bring forth their information, their knowledge on what's going on in the situation. Judge Juan Merchan's like, let me, be the expert. Let me be the guy that rules, and, everything starts and stops me on this case. That is not how the rule of law is supposed to work. Judge Juan Merchan showing his political nature, disregarding all the facts, all the evidence. He didn't even let a lot of it be brought into the courtroom because he didn't want his jurors to get, the truth of what was going on, how this was a phony sham case built about to, tarnish Donald Trump's name. They were so eager to get that felony charge slapped on Donald Trump. This is all optics, guys. I've been saying this from the jump. This is all optics. Trying to paint this elaborate picture to say that Donald Trump is some big bad guy. He's going to be a dictator, put an end to democracy, and he doesn't really care about America. We all know. It's those folks who are trying to come after this guy who is, standing in the way of them trying to get to us. He is fighting, relentlessly after all the efforts coming from the rogue justices, the judge. You got to think of the amount of effort, energy as it went into, combating these cases, being on the defense nonstop, trying to be proactive as much as possible, defending your name all whilst, trying to run a campaign, guys. This is tiring, but you got to applaud Donald Trump for never backing down, never kneeling. He has stood strong in the face of all these challenges, guys. Definitely hop in the comment section and let me know your thoughts. What we're seeing, more evidence. Campaign finance managers are not allowed to testify. Judge Juan Merchan, blatantly disregarding all evidence, all information, credibility of this witness because he feels like he should be the guy, guys. Definitely hop in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think should come for Judge Juan Merchan. Also, make sure you guys hit that share button. Share this out to as many Facebook friends as possible. You guys share the truth. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button. Doesn't cost one thing, you guys. Hit that like button for your boy, and also hit that subscribe button. As we're on the road to the truth, hop aboard for the journey. I'll catch you guys on the next week.